Say hi.
Shalom family. So I decided to make this video because our family is about to go through a huge change in our lives. This is the very first time that we will be moving out of state. I have been led by the Most High to move to an entirely new state, and that is why I decided to record this video because of what is about to take place in our lives. We have to entirely and completely downsize from this house that we are in right now to more than likely a small RV. And my husband and I have been together for at least 20 years, so you can just imagine how many things we have piled up over the years. And not only that, we have two teenage sons who also have their own items, you know. So even though we have no idea how we are going to do this, I wanted to take the time and record this as a before so that we can see, you know, everything that we did, everything that we went through, and the process that it's taking. So I am going to be recording, or at least try to record everything that we are going to do in order for that to take place. This is a big sacrifice that the four of us will have to make, but we are all willing to do it because we want to be in the will of the Most High, and that is what matters the most to us. So first we'll start off with my son showing you the front of the house.
All right. So this is our house, our big blue house. And over here, there's a bunch of plants, as you can see. All these plants are my father's. And I guess you could say it's kind of a hobby of his to just collect plants all the time. So yeah, our house is kind of filled with plants. Over here you can see there are some really nice roses right there. There's my room right there on the end. Here's our carport. That's our truck. If you ever see this truck and you see that sticker, you'll know that's us. Over here, there's our dog. He may not be right there, but he does live right here. Toby. He's coming. That's our dog. Say hi, Toby. Oh. Yeah, that's our dog right there. He tends to stay here most of the time because there's a tree right there and it gives him a bit of shade. But yeah. This is our carport. There's a new door that my father is going to put up as our new front door. He said it's from 1950. Sorry for the shaky camera, I'm walking. Right here, as you can see, there's some railing missing, and that the reason for that is because when it rains and we leave the house, we always had to come down here to get to the truck. So as you can see, the roof doesn't exactly cover that part of the stair, so we would get wet. So what my father did was that he took a railing down so we could walk through there, and he built some steps so we can just get to the truck easier. And this is a closer look at my father's plants. And that's kind of an outside tour.
Bien, pues aquí vamos a entrar. Esta es la puerta principal y entramos a la sala. Aquí en la entrada hay varios zapatos that more than likely we'll have to get rid of. Not all of them, but some of them. That's where our keys go. All our walking sticks and whatnots. Here's the living room and our board when we used to have our class stuff on. The weird looking couch with the crazy pillows and stuff. The chair that I'm hoping I can keep forever. A huge roll of that stuff for shipping and whatever. So here's the huge window that you can see the street outside and all the stuff that's in there. All the stuff in here is like stuff that I had gotten for stuff that I thought I was going to be able to make bouquets with. There's like the little baby shoes and all that stuff that my husband has made, and a whole bunch of other stuff in there that I don't even know how we're gonna get rid of. There's all of our homeschooling stuff, the TV, the Feast of Dedication banner and all that I'm still keeping, even though it's not the Feast of Dedication because I don't have anywhere to put it. Some of the plants that are still inside the rocking chairs that my husband got at a yard sale, and we really like them. They don't seem like they go here anywhere, and the living room is packed, obviously, because of all the stuff that we had gotten for the homeschooling stuff. So that's what's over there. And this is what it looks like from this side. That's the main door and the couch. And it looks all crazy because I had tried to dye it to get rid of the staining because we got it for free. It's got like staining right there. I was trying to get rid of that, but it didn't work. So this is the rest of the homeschooling stuff that we were doing. Some boots that I have to list, all our board boxes for shipping, trims and whatever that I got from Goodwill, like at a really good price, and printer and all kinds of stuff in there. And I love this thing. I'm hoping to keep that one too. Our trash can. And then if we go this way, this is the door that separates the living room from the rest of the house. We really like that one because whenever we're in the living room, we can actually close it if there's like noise or whatever on the rest of the house. So if we go this way, we come to what is supposed to be the dining room, but we don't use it as a dining room. This is actually our selling room and crafting and whatever. This is the desk that my husband uses for whatever he does. When he makes his bracelets and his rhinestone stuff and painting and whatever. This is empty because that's where the Cricut goes. A bunch of books that we got for homeschooling that more than likely we'll have to get rid of too. This desk is one of those that they're really big and pretty and all that. I highly doubt we'll be able to keep it, but we'll see because we love it. My husband loves it too. All of my hair cutting, hair stuff from when I used to do hair, towels and chemicals like bleach and developer and all that is in that basket over there. Those bins over there are full of stuff that we have for sale, books, the plants that we have to have all over the house, all of our vinyl for the Cricut and for the stickers and all that we make. Just about an eighth of the collection of cars from the big man of the house. The rest of the stuff, the sublimation printer, a bunch of Bibles that we don't have anywhere to put, and they're huge, so they take up a lot of room, so I just put them there for now. We have boxes down there that are full also of like our selling inventory. 2 scales, because this one is just the one what we had always had, and that's the one that you can actually see the price, I mean the weight on the side. Random squishmallow, because why not? And then little earrings and stuff that I'm working on, a shirt I was working on, and some hair. That doesn't make any sense. That's the door that goes to the backyard, trampoline, and all of that, and that's where the dog is outside right now.
Starting off over here is where my dog lives. This is technically his home. As you can see, it's kind of messy, but that's not us making it messy. It's him. Because, you know, he's lived out here for a little bit. We moved him from inside our house to outside over there to... He stays in there. Don't worry. There's a fan in there for him to stay in, and the concrete's always cool. Right, Toby? And so as you can see, we have a trampoline and a basketball court that's been sitting there for the past few years. It's a nice backyard. This is a really nice house. Oh no, Toby, you're gonna get in trouble. Did you make that mess? Dude, you're gonna get in trouble. But yeah. Show us your spots. Come on. So what I'm gonna show you is where my dog stays. As you can see, he's excited because I'm out here. But yeah, okay. Yeah. This is where he stays. He's made a mess. He has some water right there. Did you do that? Stop getting so close. But yeah. It's better for him to be out here than inside the house because he has more room to do more things, and inside the house, he didn't really do anything. And, you know, he's a good dog. And so that's the Toby tour. So, yeah.
So yeah, that's our table that we have basically for shipping and all of that stuff for our online sales, and that's full of like vinyl remnants and whatever, and that's all the other stuff that I use for vinyl and for the HTV and stuff that goes on t-shirts and all of that. This over here, that's where the Cricut is, and we have like, I had put this curtain right here because I was using it for the mannequin thing so that it would be a backdrop, but we haven't really used it because there's not very much light there, but it was the only wall that was empty enough to have that on there. And then so I put the Cricut there. As I said, it actually goes here, but I put it over there because that's where the hook, I mean the plug-in thing is. And so those bins are full of the other clothes and other things that are listed on eBay and whatever. So that's what that is right there. So yeah, like the Cricut always goes on this side, but right now it sits there for because I was making some stickers yesterday. So that's the door to the living room. And if we go this way, this is the little tiny hallway. We have a closet right here that's full of stuff that I don't know how we're gonna do this. Tons and tons and tons of blankets, paper, and stuff that needs to be burned. So that's what that is. And then over there we have Jaden. This is his room. And we have a bunch of stuff here too. But we'll see how it goes. That's all his selling stuff over there, his huge mirror, all his collections and Legos and all that stuff. The piano. Jaden, are you keeping the piano? Yeah, probably. So that's his bed, the 2 windows right there that we just love. That's the one thing that we loved about this house, is that it had really nice windows. And the rest of his stuff, his desk, the big closet. He has like the biggest closet, and it's got way more stuff in there. But as I said, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Thomas and more clothes. Some of this is stuff that is listed that needs to be hung up, so that's why it's there. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here too, and toys and whatnot. Like his clothes are back there, but this is like obviously not his clothes. It's the stuff that needed to be listed, or my like fall and winter jackets and whatever that I can't wear right now. And since our closet is too small, I have to put my stuff in here, because as I said, he has the biggest closet out of everybody. And down there, some you can't see it, but down there's actually like a cellar, I guess you could call it. There's a door down there. And yeah, so that's the sliding doors and stuff. That's how all of the closets in the house are. His shoes behind the door, and if we go this way out of his room, this is the bathroom. And it looks terrible. We haven't been able to do anything with it because it just costs too much. And I don't even want to show the tub, because that's what I'm talking about. It looks terrible. But that's what it looks like. It needs to be redone. If you can kind of see, it's like peeling right there, and like the entire thing is peeling. So that's why I don't want to show that. But that's the bathroom. And my husband actually was the one that put that in, because there was like, I think there was a different sink there with a different counter. I can't even remember, but I might put like a picture of what it used to look like. But he was the one that did all of this and put the faucet and all of that. So yeah, and he took out like all that stuff that was on the wall that didn't look right. But yeah, that's what he did. And so if we go this way with the other door that's open, this is Jazzy's room. And I was talking to him, and I told him, we never recorded how his room actually used to look like, because it did not look like this. There was always stuff everywhere. But praise y'all, look at his room now. It's so nice and organized, and it looks so good. So once again, 2 big windows right there, and you can see all the trees and the neighbor's house and the street over there on that side. And on this side is the other neighbor's house. And he's got all his stuff right there. His guitar. If we go this way, he's got like his, what is that thing called? An armoire?
Wardrobe?
Wardrobe? Yes, okay. His collection of different sports and food boxes, sports balls and whatever. His hats, his shoes behind the door, and our old license plates. And so there's the other closet. As I said, they always have the sliding doors. And so yeah, this closet is big too, and some of our stuff is in there too. It's not just his stuff, because as I said, we have no room in our closet, and that's the rest of his shoes that have boxes. And so if we go out of here, we'll go back into the hall. Out this way, which is where we've already been through. We keep going and we come to the kitchen. That's our big table for the giants in this house. We had to get that big table because all the men in this house, crazy, are pretty tall, so they need a tall table. Those are the roses from my husband's rose bush from outside, and he's been doing really good with his plants and everything. So he's those are the roses from recently. There's the kitchen right there and a cabinet that's open somehow. The sink, we have the air fryer, another window with the plants, and those are all plants that my mom has given me, and since those are special to me, that's why I keep them there, because it reminds me to water them and everything. So I'm able to do that because obviously they're right there in front of the sink, so it's a lot easier to keep up with and everything. And so those are the ones, basically the main ones that I take care of. My husband takes care of all the other plants because those are his. So there's the stove, gas stove that we love, fruit basket and whatever. And back there, this used to be open, but my husband had to close it off and make it basically into like a wall, because in that room we used to keep the dog, and like his hair would be like all over the place, and obviously we didn't want his hair on our food, so that's why we closed that off. And he made that into a wall. We never painted or did anything with this because it's that type of board that you can't really, it's that, I don't know what it's called, he would know, but it's that thin material that if you paint it, it just soaks into it, so we never did anything with it. But if we go this way, I can show you up here. You can see how he did paint this side, so that's why like on this side it looks like an actual wall. And over here we have my oldest son's baking station, I guess is what we are calling it, because that whole thing my husband got from where he used to work, because he used to work doing like countertops and stuff. So he got that because they were gonna throw it away, and so I told him we could put wheels on it. See, you got the big wheels right there. And so that's what we did, and he just put the countertop on it, and we put the board up there. And this is, as I said, you know, the men in this house are pretty tall, and so my son is like 6'3", I think, already. And so it was really hard for him to bake because he loves baking, so it was really hard for him to use these counters, because he was always even having to like when he would bake, he would be right there, and then he'd even have his head leaning on there, because like his neck and his back and everything would get really tiring. And so that's why we did this for him, and he's got like all his baking stuff under there and his mixer and all of that. So that's what this is right here, and we keep other things in there too, and obviously the fridge and whatever. But yeah, that's what this is. And he put up, you know, like they make drawings and whatever, and we put up the recipes and all that on the board, so that makes it a lot easier to be able to be reminded of, you know, the ingredients and whatever on if he's making something. So yeah, that's what that is. And the kitchen, and the pan over there that's had grease for I don't know how many months. But yeah, that's what the kitchen is and what it looks like. This is the other tiny hall, and that's that door right there. It goes to the outside. Well, first it goes into the laundry room please excuse all of the prints and whatever. So yeah, that's the laundry room, and you can see it because of the window. So if I open it, you can already see how much stuff is in there. It's crazy. But yeah, there's like storage up there, and most of that stuff will have to go, obviously. There's some stuff like this stuff that you see hanging is not our clothes. It's all stuff that I have washed that is just hanging there waiting to get listed and stuff on eBay and all that. So that's what that is. It's not our clothes, actually, all the hats and all of that. So yeah, that hat too. And then we have, you know, like the car cleaning stuff and dye and the bleach and all of that right there. There's the washer and dryer. And if I open the door, you can't really see much. I don't know if you can see it from here, but you can see right there how we only get about, let's see, I don't even know, maybe like, oh my god, not probably like a foot of clearance right there. I don't know who designed this house, who designed this laundry room, but this is the one thing of the house that I really hate. Because you have to be like basically sideways to kind of get the stuff from the washer into the dryer. Yeah, because like I said, there's like no room right there. So yeah, that's where our dirty clothes goes, some random stuff, and yeah, and the little basket to get our laundry when we're done with it from the dryer. And if we close that, oh yeah, I forgot to show. So that's the door that goes to the carport or whatever, and that's where our truck is. That's where we can see to the street. So yeah, that's that door right there. And so if I turn over here to the left, we'll find the door to our bedroom, or the master bedroom. And if we go in here, this is what it looks like. Once again, we have the big windows, and this is the one room that actually has 3 windows, and I love that because it keeps it pretty light up or lit the entire day, you know. The problem with that is that we only have one vent up there, and so yeah, that's the problem with here, is that when it's hot, the room stays really warm. When it's cold, obviously it's cold in here too. So we struggle with that. But yeah, that's what the room looks like. As you come in, we have the clock, and this is full of like and not, it's supposed to be like a jewelry thing, you know, but we do have some jewelry on there, but obviously not all of it is full of that. It's mainly like my hair covers or head covers and like other paperwork and stuff like that. Those bags are like our grab bags, or what would you call them, like bug out bags, you know, like the ones you just grab and go in case of an emergency. Over there's like my stash of fringes, my sewing machine. All that over there is my my stuff for junk journaling, and over there is just random stuff that I have nowhere to put. My little trampoline that's like that's been, you know, picked up from cleaning for Sabbath this past weekend, and that's all of our drawing pads and all of that, and my books and journals and all of that. So that's what that is. And then my husband's other things that he collects or has collected, and then obviously more plants. And this is the window that inspired the name of the channel and the business and everything. It's so it's because of this window that I have named the channel, you know, because as you see here, that this is, I always talk about this, you know, in the videos. This is a bed, and I obviously, do my prayer and worship and everything right here. But this is the window that I'm probably going to miss the most because of that, because it's because of this window, or right at this part, of the house, that I just would sit right here at the bed. And as I do that right now, I can look out the window and I can see the sky, and so that's what I would always do, is I would praise and worship, or get up and look out the window, look at the sky, and be able to pray to Yah, and see, and look at the sky as I do all of that. And that's why, this part of the house is probably what is most meaningful to me, because of what Yah has done for me throughout the years that we've been in this house. And it's in this house, that I have grown closer to Him, and because of this window, so this is the one thing that I'm always going to remember, how I would always worship and praise and pray, looking at the sky out that way, to where I would imagine that he would be looking down on me too and see me, So yeah, that's what that is. So that's the TV and whatnot. The mirror, our bag for the shofar, and there's the closet, as you see. And as I mentioned before, it's way smaller than my son's closets. Either one of them, it's like way smaller, but obviously it's because of the bathroom, because we actually have a bathroom in this room. And that's all of my husband's stuff, his belts and hats and all of that, all his other stuff that he has up there. And as I said, this room gets really hot, so that's why we have a little hanging fan over there, our little lamp, and then our bed with the squishmallows that I have gotten from my sons, that even though I've told them, I have no use for them, they still give them to me. So that's what those are, and that's what they're doing right there, because I might as well just, use them for something, because I mean, I can't play with them. So, but if we go over here, I have to, like open the closet and see, even it gets stuck from all the stuff that's in there. That's my row of shoes right here, and a dress that I'm where I was working on, and so I'm gonna keep working on that one. This is a pillow that I have listed, a skirt that I'm working on, and then the rest of the clothes that I have. And I have actually taken out already a lot of clothes that I don't need or want. And so basically this is all actual clothes that I'm actually going to keep. And it's mainly just my dresses and like dressier clothes. And that's the rest of the shoes that are like fall shoes that I don't wear. And so that's what I did. Shoes that I'm actually, or can wear right now during the summer, are up there. And so the ones that I can only wear in the fall are down here. And that's why they're separated. And that's the water for the steamer for when we need to steam our clothes and stuff. And so this other side, as I said, this is the smallest closet, and my husband and I have to share it, which we had never had to do, I don't think. I'm not sure, but if we did have to share a closet, it wasn't this small. So basically he has half and I have half. That's all his shoes in there. There's like some right there, some on that side behind the the heater right there. That's the steamer. His boots, and then he has like piles of clothes right here. So if you can see, that's how far it goes, like into the ceiling up there. And this is all like winter hoodies and sweatshirts and sweaters and whatever. That's like some other clothes. And then these are jeans that are mine. So that's his pile back there. This is his pile, and that's my jeans right there. And so these right here are his other shoes. So yeah, he's probably gonna have to downsize a lot with his clothes and stuff. He loves all the different, colors and matching his shoes and his bandanas and all of that stuff. So yeah, the bed right here, I don't know, I'm hoping that we can keep this bed because it's a really good one, and we had always wanted one like this. The special thing about it is that it's got those 2 drawers right there, and that's where my husband keeps like his bandanas and all of that other stuff, and I keep my stuff on that one. So we each have a drawer, and that's why we love this bed. So I don't know, but it's a king size, so I highly doubt we'll be able to keep it since it's so huge. But yeah, and that's my husband's other bag that he has to grab, or I mean that he can grab, because he's got knives and all kinds of things in there, and an axe, because I mean you always need an axe by your bed, right? If you are smart enough. Our anointing oil and all of that is what's back there. My husband's bracelets and jewelry and all that, and in there I can't really remember what's in there, but I used to use it for like doing makeup, like doing people's makeup, and so that's what that cart was. That's under the backpacks. Okay, so if I turn this way, this door, as I said, there's the mirror, and this door goes into our bathroom from here, from the room, and there's another window right there, which is another reason, I like the bathrooms too, because the bathrooms have windows, because I mean not all bathrooms have windows and you do need them. So that's what that is. There's the toilet, the sink that my husband put into. He fixed up, as I said, both of the bathrooms because they were looking kind of crazy and all outdated and stuff, and so we got this sink and put it in here. And since this bathroom is like really small, we were actually able to find a sink that was narrow enough to fit in this bathroom. And it's kind of weird because it's wide and it's really narrow, so it's hard to like wash your face or whatever in there, but it's been good still. There's the mirror, and that right there is another closet, and then if I open it, you can see it's full of stuff too. A bunch of blankets once again, and other things. My son's weighted blankets that he used to use when we didn't know any better, and we thought the weighted blankets were going to help with his ADHD. And so there's a whole bunch of other things, toiletries and whatnots, and other things we'll have to get through, and other shoes that don't get used. I think some of the, well, actually that box is for some of the boots that are at the front. So yeah, and you can kind of see outside. There's the trampoline that my sons used to use, but now you can see the yard over there. That's the neighbor's yard, and that's the fence. And so their dogs are always over there, and that's the problem, that my sons can barely even use their own yard because the neighbor's yard, the neighbor's dogs are always out there, and so they can't even go into their own yard and play and whatever because of the neighbor's dogs. So yeah, but it's a pretty big yard. Right now the only one that enjoys it is our dog, which you can't even see him out there because he always stays like on the other side of the house, so like this way. But that's our little storage building back there. That's like a detached garage, actually. But we have been using it for storage because, I mean, who's gonna go back there and park their car in there, you know? So yeah, I don't know if I'll include like a video of what the yard looks like, because over this way is like where, as I said, my dog usually stays because of the shade, because it's really hot right now. But that's where he's at, and there's a gate that goes to the carport. But yeah, that's the backyard over there. We really liked it too because it's pretty big, and my husband always tries his best to maintain it, you know, so it always looks really nice. But yeah, as I come out of the door into the room again, this is what it looks like. And so yeah, this is the house tour of the before. And as I look out the window again, I wanted to, you know, make this video, not only, you know, I guess to show others the house that we used to live in, but also to kind of, I guess, to remind ourselves what all Yah has brought us through, and the blessings that we have had, and you know, like what he's about to take us into. So I wanted to keep record of what we're about to go through. I have no idea, as I said, how we are going to be able to do this. We don't know what we're doing, but we have been praying about it. We have been seeking him, asking for confirmation. He has confirmed it, you know, that this is what he wants for us. And so now the next step is to try and downsize all of this, because we obviously can't take all of this. And so that is what we're gonna have to be working on for the next couple weeks or couple months. I don't even know, you know, like when this is gonna happen or how long it's going to take, but so that's what we are doing right now. This is the before, and we'll see how the after works out. So all praises to the Most High Yah. We are just doing this because he's directing us, and we feel that this is his will, and we are here to do his will. So praise him always and forever.
Say bye. Say bye.